Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Six Flags St. Louis is promoting the 30th anniversary of their Halloween Fright Fest this year with a contest. Are you ready for this, Steve? Mm-hmm. 6 people will spend 30 hours in a coffin next month, and whoever makes it through will win some prizes. Yeah. So you spend over a day in a coffin. What are you going to get? How about $300?
Oh, come on.
And that's only one person, by the way.
Is that the person who stays the longest in there?
I imagine, and if there's a tie, there's going to be a drawing to see who gets the 300. So not everybody who spends the 30 hours, because, all you got to do is spend 30 to qualify for most of the prizes.
Okay.
2 season passes, that's worth just $114.
Oddly enough, I would rather 2 season passes over the $300. I know I could just buy them.
Yeah, then you could get the season.
I know. I'd be just as happy, though, if I got the 2 season passes.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what a lot of people are going to have to take, because I would imagine if, there's got to be a couple people that if they decide to do this, they'll stay for the 30. And it's not going to be completely 30 hours total in there. I mean, you're going to get 6-minute breaks each hour. You get to bring your phone in there. You get to charge your phone when you're on break. So it's not really that horrible. Friends can hang with you, during the day. So, yeah, you're in there, but
this doesn't sound nearly as awful as I thought it would sound.
Yeah, you got your phone. I mean, you are still lying down for 20, for whatever, for 54 minutes of the hour.
No, I'll time this so it's like right after my Easter weekend trip with my hockey team in Spokane. So that way, when I come back, I'm just going to want to lay down and do nothing. So this is perfect.
Good call.
Seriously, though, if you're going to do that, wouldn't you just have like a rager the night before and just nurse your hangover in a coffin?
Yeah. I can't argue with the strategy, or at least, take some cold medicine, something to make you so you just want to chill.
Oh, you get to keep the coffin.
Oh, I didn't know you get to keep the coffin.
I'm looking at the website right now. It says the winnings, $300, 2 gold season passes, a Fright Fest pass, including VIP haunted house passes, ticket for 2 for the Freak Train, which sounds very naughty.
Freak Train.
And then their coffin. That's right. The handcrafted coffin is yours to keep.
Well,
what the hell are you going to do with that coffin?
You save it for the rest of your life. Coffins are expensive.
You throw it in the bait. Is it really game ready, though?
Well, who cares? As long as I can put it in the ground, what do I care if it's game ready?
I want to make sure that it's airtight.
For what reason?
I don't want no worms coming into my coffin.
But you'll be dead.
Yeah, who cares?
Why does it matter?
You're going to save so much money. That's a good deal, because coffins can be expensive. And if you already got one, then you got that covered for your family.
They don't even show a picture of the coffin. I like to see what kind of coffin I'm winning.
I hope it's tricked out to look like creepy and scary.
You would hope.
That's the other reason why I would love that as a coffin, as opposed to what they normally give you when you kick the bucket.
I think I do. What is it? Dimebag Darrell, I think when he passed, they got him a Kiss casket because he was a big Kiss fan.
And if you would like one like Dimebags, go to kissonline.com.
I think I would go Kiss casket.
Listen, if you're gonna pay bucks for a casket, why not get a Kiss casket?
I think I'd want my face airbrushed on my casket.
Oh, I know people that can do that.
Wow. I know, yeah.
Yeah, I know people that can do that. That would be cool if people start tricking out caskets.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, like we can hit up our buddy Airbrush Fever on Twitter.
Oh, that dude, seriously?
He does great work.
Hopefully, I think I wanted to do it now. Why? You know what? While he's still kicking.
Have like the Seahawks logo on there.
Oh, man. Hey, Airbrush Fever, we might have come up with a side business for you, dude.
Yeah, casket airbrushing.
Why not?
He could do it when the funeral is happening.
See, the idea is you want to show this off at the wake. That's the key.
Well, what if at the beginning of the wake he starts, and as it goes on, the art is made? That way,
it's a journey.
That way, it's a sad event, but at least there's something to watch if you're looking for something to keep your mind off the fact that a family member is dead.
Yeah, and I would hope that you'll be paying attention to the nice eulogies and things that are said, and maybe you have something nice to say. But if not, then you can be distracted by the airbrush art being done on the casket. I like.
Wouldn't it be awful though if he's airbrushing and the note was given before that person passed, and as it ends, it just says, "I never liked any of you anyway," or something like that.
Oh yeah,
that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
An airbrush casket.
I think you're onto something, buddy.
I bet somebody's done that already.
I haven't seen one. I mean, all my years, I have not seen an airbrush casket. You know, with all the social networks and things out there, you'd think they would have that.
Yeah, you would imagine.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of... You can just Google them and you can see a bunch of videos of it.
Oh, see?
Oh, that's cool with the flames.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I guess I never Googled before.
Yeah, because I'm looking on... it's at Airbrush Fever if anyone wants to check out his art. He's a local airbrush artist, and he's incredible. He always says this. He tweets us what he does, and I'm looking at one of the coolers that he did. And a cooler's like a casket, and he did a really cool-looking Seahawks one with the number 12 and green flames.
This is my line of the day. A cooler is like a casket.
It pretty much is for a dead person.
Yeah, well, we can throw some ice bags in there and he'll be fine.
My favorite one that I've just looked up on Google is a casket that just has a big red stamp on it that says "Return to Sender."
Oh, funny!
I love it.
Gosh, how did we not know about? I guess you know what, we're not dying.
I'm not in the casket market normally, so it's not on my radar.
So he says, Steve, when you get an Undertaker coffin, that's a good call.
Ooh,
dude, I found BJ's coffin.
What is it?
So apparently the guy who designed the original Batmobile for the Adam West TV show, when he was laid to rest, had this custom Batmobile-looking casket.
Love this.
It is legit. It's got the little wings and stuff, but it's gold.
I want it.
That is, I know what I want.
What do you? Okay.
You know those pop-up hockey games, like the ones like the ones at the arcades.
Yeah, what the Chessex checks? I forget what it's called.
I don't know, but they're like the bubble hockey. A lot of people call them.
Yeah,
I would love my casket to be a bubble hockey game on top.
Oh, that would be fun.
Or air hockey.
Yeah,
and everyone gets around him before you put me underground.
That's a great idea. Then we get to play a game with you, your final game.
Yeah, the bubble hockey one would be awesome.
That would be
the
great.
Little rods and the little spinnies.
Okay,
or foosball.
Foosball would be great.
Bubble hockey might be easier. Foosball, you got to go a little deeper, but we can make it happen. But I think I like this plan.
I'm in on that one. Vicky, what kind of a custom casket are you going to do? This is a very odd conversation to have.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really put too much thought. If I had to do a casket, because I always thought I'd get cremated and just thrown everywhere all over the world, because I think that'd be kind of cool, so I can be everywhere.
Oh, well, that's going to be a lot of... I'm not going to take that time to do that for you.
Well, you're going to be long gone before that happens.
Make sure you sprinkle some in Spokane, because I know you've been around there.
Yes, Spokane. It has to be Iceland now, so someone gets to go to Iceland for me. I'd want to probably go like old school goth, you know, with the like, this is the really detailed, ornate, almost Dracula looking kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
That doesn't surprise me with you.
Just like with the red line velvet on the inside.
Now Danny's crying because you took his idea.
No, not at all. I want speakers at the bottom of mine, and then it'll just blast Good Charlotte. So that way, and then it'll be motion activated, whatever. And it'll be when anyone walks by, you'll hear Good Charlotte playing from my.
So it'll be motion sensor from underground.
Yeah, like that'll be on the headstone.
Oh, like those little, like those little river frogs.
Yeah,
and we're gonna be able to hear all of a sudden the underground will be singing to you.
Yeah,
wow, that's
Aren't
not pretty some
people crying
loudspeakers.
enough at a freaking gravesite?
I mean, hey.
In general?
I thought you'd go with at least with a better song, like maybe like Good Riddance from Green Day.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I don't think too much about this, except I wanted Good Charlotte playing, so like the anthem, you know.
Oh, yeah, this is Danny's anthem. I'm dead.
I almost texted you the other day. I was in the gym, and I'm like, I see like on Apple Music, it'll say what new records come out. I'm like, let me give this Good Charlotte one a spin.
Oh, yeah?
And so I was like listening to it, and I was like, oh, it's all right. Just as I screenshotted the album, and I was going to be like, Danny, check out what I'm listening to. It just dawned on me how much I hated it. Like, I was just like, I went from like tolerable to just, why am I listening to this crap? This record's terrible.
So
I never bothered to text him.
Yeah, it's a new one. It came out a couple of weeks ago.
So,
I'm not, actually, I'm kind of with you on it. I don't really, it doesn't do anything for me.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Does it sound like them, or is it different than what they usually do? If you hate it, Steve, I feel like it sounds just like them.
Well, I never really hated them. They're not my cup of tea, but I never really hated them. I could tolerate some of their records. This one, I was just, after 2 songs, I was like, I'm done.
Wow.
Put Slipknot on. Life is better.
It's super emo, and it's super like way too much, even for me. Like, I'm like, it's not pop punk. It's too sad almost.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you'd think the emo days would be over. I mean, they've been around for so long. I hope life's gotten better for them, but it doesn't sound like it has.
They're still in good Charlotte. I mean, of course they're going to be sad.
Exactly. I know, but I feel like every band does somewhat evolve a little bit if they've been around for longer than 10 years. And it's tough when you're an emo band. Where do you go from there?
Well, they've evolved, but not in a good way.
Yeah, see, that's not what
sadder.
See, that's not evolution. That's devolution at that point.
So he says, I'm surprised Vicky didn't go with a pirate's chest.
Ooh, maybe I'd go a little bit more Vikings and want to be like buried out where they put you on a boat and you kind of get drifted off and then someone fires an arrow with fire and burn.
The Viking funeral.
Yeah.
You know what? All of her death, everything she wants in her death is so high maintenance. You know what? No, I'm just going to light you on fire now. Let's just, that way it'll be easy.
I feel like I'm pretty chill now. I can be high maintenance when I'm dead.
But this person says, I want a tube coming out of the ground so people could blow me bong hits.
Oh, that's a good one.
Rev, what kind of casket would you go with?
I would go with just a ridiculously ornate steampunk one that would be fully motion, and then it would actually every once in a while rise up and almost be like a Chuck E. Cheese sort of thing going on where it pops open, some hurdy-gurdy music plays, and then I pop out, wave to people, go back in, and go back down.
Yeah!
Twice daily.
I like that. Shows at 3 and 7.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Yeah, you know what? I was just going to go for cremation. But, I mean, you know, if someone wants to give me a cool casket, that's fine.
Yeah, I need up my life insurance for this one, I think.
I just want, you know, I feel like we're running out of space. You know?
There's always space.
To bury people. I mean,
I just
feel like... shot up in space.
Well,
you can do that.
Again, you can do that with my ashes, though. You know what I'm saying? You still don't need a casket for that.
It'd be kind of fun to do it like Spock style, shoot the casket into space.
That is,
Get bagpipes.
All right. Well, we'll see what Elon Musk and his folks are if they can fit me on their spaceship.
There you go. Go to Mars.
Yeah.
Get buried on Mars.
Ooh, that's not horrible.
You can get your ass to Mars.
Yeah, I would finally get my ass to Mars. Got a new survey here. They ask, okay, what goes into having a good work-life balance? This is something we all need, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're all trying to figure this out. It's the age-old question. Ever since men and women pretty much said, okay, this is what we got to do with our lives. We all got to work. How do we have that work-life balance? And they've got their picks for the top 10 things that you do that show that you've got a well-rounded life, Steve.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Spending time with your family.
Yeah. I'm with that.
I like how you would, yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I think I do that, yeah.
Yeah, me, my wife, and Lulu, we go on walks. It's a great time.
Yeah. That's your family. But isn't that a no-brainer? Like you said.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's like, well, yeah. I mean, if I'm always working and not spending time with my wife and family and whatever, then yeah, my life balance is off. Hello?
Right, you never see your family. It's, what are you doing?
I got this one down, Steve. And this is definitely work-life balance, even though we have a fight about this all the time.
Okay.
Watching TV and movies. I say it's work. You say it's not. Therefore, I'm balanced either way.
Right.
Whatever it is, I got it covered.
Okay, yes, you do.
Yeah.
We've binge watching that 911 show on Fox.
Yeah, you really love that show.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting more and more intense. Like, some of it's a little hokey, but you put up with the little hokiness to deal with some of the, like, holy F, what the hell is going on right now?
I am currently wanting to binge watch Maniac on Netflix.
Maniac.
But that's going to be the next thing. But I have a trip to Boston coming up, so I'm going to just wait till I'm on that plane for X amount of hours, and I'm just going to do it there. Yeah, watching TV and movies, that means we got good balance. I'm happy to hear that.
I mean, if we don't do anything on a Friday or Saturday night, we're always looking on demand to see what movie to rent.
Yeah.
It's fun just to chill out, watch a film, eat some popcorn.
Yeah,
pass out.
I mean, you know, when you live in a place where there's a lot of traffic, I think that's just staying home just becomes a better option. That's the trouble with our city.
But here, we're fine with traffic. I don't know what you're talking about.
What am I talking about? Yeah.
There's never traffic.
Yeah, and it's going to get better when they say
Saturday afternoon.
Hey, we're going to shut down the viaduct for a couple days. That won't be a problem. Yeah, Jesus, I know. It's just like I'm not going anywhere. How about this? Getting enough sleep, Steve? How about you? How you doing with that department?
Good. Wow. These days, surprisingly,
something's happened. What's happened?
Because ever since I hurt my knee, I haven't been able to do much. I mean, it's definitely healing, so that's a good thing. So I could start being tired again. But I've been getting a good night's sleep every night because I don't have anything to do.
Do you notice a difference in your life?
I'm more tired. Oddly enough,
that's not supposed to happen. I don't think that's supposed to be how it works.
I think I work better on less sleep for me.
Well, some people do.
That's how my mom is still to this day. She's not someone that likes to get a lot of sleep. But no, it's been great.
As long as you get enough, that's all that matters. But I've known people that operate on 4 hours sleep. It's just nuts, and they seem to do well. How about taking time for yourself every day, Steve? Whoa.
Isn't that what sleep is for?
Taking time for yourself?
Yeah.
No, this is while you're awake. Taking time for yourself.
Like
No.
self-exploration.
Oh, hey.
No, not that kind of taking time for yourself. Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, is it going to the gym? I feel like I'm kind of in my own little world.
If you love the gym, I would look at that as a job for me.
Right.
But if you find it to be relaxing and wonderful, then yeah, sure, that's exactly what they're talking about.
Well, I like it because I get to catch up on some music and just kind of get in my own little zone. And
Taking long walks is my thing.
Okay. Well,
Like,
yeah.
And Grant, look, I'm not a guy that loves to do switchback. I find that kind of hiking boring. I like to look at cool stuff. I mean, I really
like
do.
Nordstrom's and Victoria's Secret.
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever's at the mall.
But I'll walk for I would love to walk for 3 hours a day if I could.
Do it.
Well, I don't have the time. So, I mean, I'll get as much time in there, but that's the thing. 3 hour day walk. I get to go out in nature wherever I want to go and just take these great hikes. Again, they wouldn't be hikes where I'm going to be going up massive, ascensions, but it's just because I like to look at cool stuff around me and chill.
All you have to do is you get a helmet, you attach your iPad to the front of it, and then you can watch your shows and walk, and every once in a
birds.
while, look out at the scenery that's going by.
During commercials.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's perfect.
You know, it doesn't work for me. I tried to do the watch the show thing at the gym while being on a treadmill. I hate it. I don't know why you think it. You
because
think
you
I
hate
would
the treadmill.
Because there's two things I love: walking and watching TV. But together, I don't like them.
Well, also, walking on a treadmill is a little different
No,
because
it's so
there's no
boring.
scenery.
Yeah, but I'm still watching the show, right? You'd think that I would be getting my exercise.
But Rev's saying you watch your show and then you look around. There's a tree and there's
You get the
Bellevue Square Mall.
birds, you get the fresh air
Yeah.
smell. You don't get the stinky person next to you in the gym.
Yeah, see, when I'm walking, I don't ever want to watch a TV show. It's really weird. Like it's like when I'm in my zone, to watch a TV show, I will sit and watch it. But when I'm walking outside, all I want to do is just look at what's around me and chill and let my mind go. And
Well, I've done everything I can for you.
Oh, we got a very important text
Yes,
right
what's
now.
that?
Is Danny single? Because I feel like any guy that wants to blast old school Good Charlotte from his casket is the perfect man.
oh boy,
And I do realize how weird that sounds.
Yep. Not single, but thank you for supporting my Good Charlotte habit.
there you go.
Yeah.
But you know what? Should we take a number in case something happens, Danny? It's always good to have somebody on the bench.
I'm good, thanks.
You don't want anybody on the bench at all?
No, I'm good.
Wow. Well, what happens if something
You don't
happens?
want
and you get
a
nothing?
simple plan B?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is somebody listening? So you don't want to even make it look like you have a
Oh, no,
bench?
she does listen to our show.
Oh,
I don't
good.
blame her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I wouldn't listen to our show either.
Disgust me.
Yeah. How about this? Spending time with friends. No, that's overrated.
But you need friends, BJ. in order to-
Yeah, there is that. That's why it's overrated. Listening to music or podcasts.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, we do that. Might I suggest BJ Shea's Geek Nation? Great podcast to listen to.
Wow, you just shameless whoring yourself out there.
Who's not a shameless? Or the Migs cast.
I was about to say, yeah, I really dig Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast. I was going to show some love for someone that does nothing for us.
Oh, no. I'm going to get... listen, I'm all about...
Spitting chiclets, what's up?
No, don't look at... I'm sure that's great, but no, none of those podcasts. How about, how about that BJ Shea's Geek Nation podcast?
I hear that's all right.
It's a great podcast. How about number 8 is having sex? Like, they got that down low on the list.
That's right up there with the hang out with your family. Well, not at the same time.
Wait a
obviously.
second, hang out with your family and having sex.
That's a weird category on those sites that I don't go near.
Check, please.
But you know what I mean? It's a no-brainer.
I'm dining and dashing on this conversation.
I'm
I have
saying
no
it's-
idea why you would even juxtapose those two.
Because they're both no-brainers.
Oh.
And separate entities, of course.
You know what, though? Having sex is not great for everybody. If it was, then we'd all be doing it and there would never be any drama in any relationship.
Well, if your back's out, probably not fun. But, in general.
Look, if you're fortunate enough that sex is a no-brainer in your relationship, good for you. You've done it right, my friend.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, if they could realize that having sex would actually make them happier, it would be a thing that they can do. But you know what? Some people, it's just it's not an easy no-brainer for them. All right, so there you go. I'm only going to give you 8.
No, you got to read number 10.
Well, you know what? I got stuff to do now.
It's
I got to go take a walk while watching my favorite TV show. I got to
5 words.
5 words, fine. Spending time outdoors in nature.
That's not number 10.
without a TV. I didn't. And then finally, do we got to do number 10?
Yes.
No.
What's number 10?
Ooh, yeah, what's
I
number
didn't
10
read
now?
number 10.
What's
and
number
now
10,
I know why
BJ?
Steve wants to read 10.
Read 10.
Yeah.
What's 10?
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Yeah, spending time with a pet.
Oh, yeah.
You know why it's number 10, don't you? It's the worst thing you can do to have a great life.
Or the 10th best.
Thank you, Rev.
I don't look at it that way. Spending time with a pet.
You can come spend time with Carl or Frank.
You know what? Cats are so stupid.
Hey, don't disparage them. They're listening right now.
Because we go over to Uncle Chris's house, and we're going to do it again this Thursday. Cats are the most useless creatures. I used to have them. They really are useless. They're a pain in the ass, and they just don't do what dogs do. At least a dog.
I think a turtle's more useless than a cat when it comes to being a pet.
Turtles, though, are lower maintenance. Cats are high maintenance pains in the ass. Steve, at least a dog makes you feel like they care, even if you don't know whatever the reason is. Cats are just so, like, you walk in and they go, what are you doing here? What's the problem? If you're a stranger, what are you doing here? This is my place. It's like, where a dog is like, most of the time, either one thing. Either A, you're trying to kill me, I'm going to kill you, or I love you. That's usually the dog's reaction. When you walk into a stranger's house?
Yeah.
You walk into a stranger's house.
I'm not walking into strangers' houses very often.
Well, when you go to a house for a first time and you meet a dog for the first time, it's either kill you or love you. And I love that. At least you know where you stand with the dog. With a cat, you go.
It's kind of how my wife is too, especially if you walk in with your shoes still on.
Yeah,
going to kill you.
Yeah. All right. I got to talk about this guy that he pistol whipped his friend of 50 years. Why? Well, they were arguing over a song, of course. That's why. Yeah, this is a lovely story. I'll tell you all about it at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, here's the good neighbor story of the day as a guy pistol whips his friend of 50 years during an argument over a Bruno Mars song. Because that's what you do, okay? When you're with your buddy for that long, yeah.
I got to imagine that their friendship was just at the point where one guy was just done. That's the final straw as a Bruno Mars song.
Is that how you want that to go out, though? Gosh, I mean, really, that's what's going to be the straw that breaks my back? I'll be embarrassed. It'd be,
right. I thought everyone thought Bruno Mars was awesome.
Yeah, I would be totally embarrassed if all of a sudden. Here's what happened. It was last Friday. This dude's 71 years old. He lives in Indiana. His name is Roger, hanging out with a friend that he's known for over 50 years. So, yeah, they go way back. And they started arguing over whether a song they were listening to was indeed by Bruno Mars or not. Roger was like, because he knows music.
Which is impressive. What they have to be like 60s or 70s years old if they've been friends for 50 years, or even over 50.
Yeah, right. We know that Roger's 71.
Okay, so they're probably both around the same age.
Yeah.
And Bruno Mars is on their radar?
Yeah, I have to say, you're absolutely right. The fact that they know what's up with Bruno Mars is impressive. But apparently one of them didn't know because as they were listening to it, Roger's like, oh, yeah, this is Bruno Mars. His buddy's like, no, I'm telling you. Actually, Roger said it wasn't Bruno Mars. His friend said, no, Roger, you know what you're talking about. It was. And Roger's like, no, I know Bruno Mars. That's not Bruno Mars. So his friend was like, I'll show you. He looked it up. And indeed.
Would he pull out Shazam?
Yeah, that's a good question. He looked it up somehow. Maybe in Encyclopedia Britannica,
Okay.
And as it turns out, Roger's friend was right. It was Bruno Mars. Well, Roger was not happy about that.
I'm sick of being wrong.
I don't like being wrong to you. And then Roger pulled out a gun, because that's what you do. When you find out you're wrong about a music trivia question, what do? You pull out a gun. That's what you do. Because I'm 71, damn it.
I can almost, not that I can understand this happening ever, but I can almost understand this happening before Google, before cell phones where you could just look up something. I could see how someone could get so heated in an argument that you just snap. But you were able to find out definitively if that is or isn't Bruno Mars, and you're still snapping. That seems a little ridiculous.
But I will say this. In the old days, Steve, you couldn't prove anybody right or wrong. So you both basically thought you were right, and therefore you just grumbled away. You just was, you're not. But now, when you actually do prove someone's an idiot and you do it in front of their face like that.
You can rub it in their face.
Yeah, so that's when the gun comes out. Roger's like, I got a gun. Now, here's what you don't do, Steve. A pro tip. If somebody pulls a gun on you because they're pissed off, don't tell them they're too chicken to use it, because I don't think that's going to get them to not want to use the gun on you.
You haven't said it was, but I'm guessing alcohol is involved in all of this.
That's a really good question. I'm looking at this story. They have not shown me any alcohol that I see, but how could it not be involved?
Maybe it's just assumed.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're right. There has to be.
Calling someone a chicken ass when they pull out a gun sounds like something a drunk person would do.
I agree. Yeah. So what happened was Roger said, oh, really? You don't think I'll use this on you? Roger went old school, says, I'll do some pistol whipping right now. Of course, that caused the gun to go off.
Oh, so it's a loaded gun. That's
yeah. Good. Then his friend took a swing at him and missed. The gun went off again. So we get 2 shots fired here just because, again, They know what they're doing. Luckily, nobody was hit by any bullets. But of course, after you fire a gun a couple times, guess who's going to show up at your door? The popo. And Roger's facing charges for battery and criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon. He's I guess he's going to find out whether or not they like Bruno Mars in prison, right? What do you think?
If you're Bruno Mars, what do you do when you read this story?
Well,
do you think of inviting these guys to the next show?
Of course,
or at least whichever one like Bruno Mars.
Make him go through the metal detector first, but yes.
Oh, yes,
yeah. Yeah, I know if I'm Bruno Mars, I think it is hysterical that these two old fogies are having a conversation about my music. I agree. I think I would invite them both to the show as a makeup show. Like, guys, let's bring you back together, friends for all these years. Let me and my music unify you again and bring you together. And again, you'll have to go through the metal detector because one of you likes to shoot off guns.
Right, like eliminate the gun from the situation. I wouldn't mind hanging out at a bar and just with these two dudes because I feel like it would be super entertaining.
Yeah,
they're arguing over the dumbest stuff, and they're getting into a fight because of it.
Yeah. And I think, Steve, alcohol had to be involved because that's when you're bringing out the gun in the first place. You got the one guy saying you're too chicken has to use it, and then the other guy bringing it out in the first place.
Right.
That's alcohol induced.
I would imagine.
Yeah, so.
So this is Indiana, known for their moonshine.
I didn't know that. Are they really?
According to Texter.
Okay.
And I believe him.
Okay. Is that what the Hoosiers are? Is that what Hoosier means? You're a moonshiner? I don't know.
Now you're just making stuff up.
I don't know. I think the Hoosiers are from Indiana. That's all I know about Indiana is the Hoosiers.
Yeah, you're right. A native or inhabitant of Indiana.
That doesn't mean moonshine.
You're right.
Well, what the hell does Hoosier mean? Really?
Don't make me pull out my gun and hit you.
Oh, now it makes sense if you're talking about somebody's father, because then they're a Hoosier daddy.
Oh, did you really?
That happened! None of you did better with Hoosier! Oh, look at Steve. Really? This was even below your Mendoza line, really?
Yes,
okay.
Of all the groaners that I throw out.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That one hurt.
Danny's got a semi-smile. I think we brought him back to the party.
I just like Rev's reaction. I like when you make Rev mad.
All right.
Terrible.
Yeah, Hoosier daddy is good. Even Vicky kind of.
No.
Come on, Vicky.
No. I'll blow your head.
All right.
I mean, it's a good dad joke.
Well, I am a dad, so I guess that makes sense.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks,
Whoa. Chinks.
Yeah.
Buy me a Coke.
Got a new survey that asked Americans what foods they know how to make.
Oh, great.
And it turns out that the top 10 things that we know how to make doesn't exactly put us with the finest chefs of the world.
SpaghettiOs. I can make pasta.
How would you not know how to make SpaghettiOs? Would you just open the can and go, I don't know what to do from here?
Well, in college, I would just open up the can and just eat it out of the can.
Well, then you've made them because you can eat them out of the
I
can.
didn't technically make them. I just opened it.
Well, I guess in America, that counts as making them because if you take a look at the other stuff that we're supposedly good at making,
okay,
not exactly what you would consider culinary masterpieces.
Now,
here.
I would say of our show, Vicky's probably the best cook.
Yeah.
I think Joey Dees would fight.
No.
Joey Dees would fight.
Joe has done nothing to prove it. Yeah.
Yeah, until he proves
I've had his food, though.
I haven't. Where's my mac and cheese,
I understand
bitch?
that he's a lazy cook. He's a lazy cook, but when he cooks, Vicky, I'm going to tell you right now, he gives you a run for your money.
But he doesn't cook, so
He
can't be.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But when he does, which I get to have, I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
Because it's one person who's had
Thanksgiving.
his food.
Yeah,
And we don't know how good of your taste is in food.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I got news for you.
And it's your son. You're going to like anything he does.
That's
The fact
not
that he's
true.
actually doing something impresses you.
Well, I do like that. All right, well, you guys should have a cook-off.
Yes.
Sure. I'm
Yeah,
down.
I'll
and
make the
Danny,
food
you
and-
shut your little mouth over there until you bring in scones.
I didn't realize.
Today was the day you're supposed to bring scones in.
Yeah, okay.
Did you make the scones?
No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's great. So clearly he's failing.
Oh, yeah, Danny and Joey are both lazy. Why do you think they like each other? They hang out a lot. They both do nothing.
You want to hang out and do nothing? Sounds good. Yep.
Yeah.
Talk about not making mac and cheese and scones?
Yeah.
You betcha.
Here's the number one thing that Americans know how to make. And by the way, I am on this list.
Really? You
And
can
I
make
don't
this?
cook, but I can make this I think I can make this as good as almost anybody.
What is it?
Scrambled eggs, baby.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's number one. Don't be mad at me.
No,
I'm
but
not
that,
the messenger.
everybody should be able to make scrambled eggs.
Well, 63% of them say that's what they make best, which means there's another 30-something that go, I don't know how to do it.
How do you make yours?
How do I make mine?
Like some people add
with
milk.
eggs.
Yes, you got to add milk.
Some people add milk. That's
Gotta
why I
add
ask
milk.
smart ass.
Oh, really smart? Of course you add milk
Some
to
people
scrambled
do
eggs.
Some people
butter.
don't.
You know who those people are?
People who thought they were making an omelet and failed at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you guys make an omelet?
Hell yeah. I used to make omelets.
No, I cannot.
Used to?
Yeah, I don't do anything anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I can make a good omelet. I think I can try.
I'm in a vegan house. Like, I don't have any eggs.
Okay,
but if I
fair.
did, I would just crack them up, turn it into an omelet, and then put it on a bagel.
Oh, hey.
What would you put inside your omelet? What
Ketchup
So it's just
on
like
top of it.
That's just scrambled eggs.
Chunks
Okay.
of ham. Chunks
Oh, okay,
of ham
okay.
and cheese.
All right.
acceptable.
And maybe even some diced up peppers.
Ooh, fancy.
So a Denver omelet.
Are you
almost.
good enough to be that guy that's at all those buffets at all the fancy restaurants where he's the omelet maker guy? Are you that good?
Oh, easily.
Oh, all right.
I have 100% confidence in my omelet making skills.
So we know what you can do if something goes wrong. We'll send you to Hawaii. You'll be the omelet guy.
I'll be the
behind
guy that makes breakfast.
Okay. 63% of them actually can make scrambled eggs, but there are a whopping 37% who said they don't know how. How do you not know how to make scrambled eggs? You just basically crack the egg up in there and just let it fry.
Don't turn the heat up too high.
Well, you got to mix it
'cause-
first, obviously.
Yeah, but some people will just turn it up on a high and just burn them.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you wonder who can and can't do certain things. Someone texted in today. I had a coworker asked me how to cook a Pop-Tart. She thought she had to microwave it.
You can microwave it for like 10 seconds.
Right, to heat it up. But
Yeah.
I mean, the Pop-Tart is edible right out of the package.
Absolutely.
I always put it in the toaster.
Oh,
That's the way to go.
she didn't know that it wasn't raw. Okay, I get
Raw
yeah.
Pop-Tarts,
Yes.
everybody.
Raw Pop-Tarts.
You don't want to get salmonella from that
No, you
Pop-Tart.
don't. Number 2 on the list. Can you guess what the number 2 thing is that is that most Americans say they know how to make?
Toast.
Pasta.
See, I learned how to make eggs first, so the second thing was beans. How about beans?
Beans.
Quesadillas.
Listen, you know what? This is America, Vicky, okay? Okay? Crying out loud. Beans. Jesus.
A sandwich.
A sandwich.
Does that count as cooking?
You don't cook a sandwich.
Sure you do.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
Ah,
see?
grilled, yeah.
Or a panini.
Oh, what was that, Steve?
Panini.
Okay. Is that an Italian having a stroke while saying panini?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, that's number 3, grilled cheese, Vicky.
Paninis?
Good job. No, paninis aren't on the goddamn list.
Why aren't they?
Why? Look, first of all, I am the messenger. I am not the one that conducted the study.
Okay.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, number 6 on the list, Danny.
Huh.
Oh, Danny's not happy. Danny, well, I mean, grilled cheese is ahead of that. That makes
Sausage.
sense. Okay.
Hot
You
dogs?
said that with too much enthusiasm.
Hot dogs.
I would, Steve, I would think hot dogs should be on there because you just put them in boiling water. It's the worst way to make them, but at least that's how you can do it.
If you can't make a hot dog or corn on the cob, I think you should be committed to a mental
Corn on the
institution.
cob, you can do it. You can do it too long or too. I mean, there's a little timing issue to corn on the cob.
I don't know, man. I feel like you have a big wiggle room with that, though.
All right. Well, it's not on the list. Neither is hot dogs. I am surprised. Number 2 is hamburgers. Come on, American food, people.
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles. It should be on the list, Danny. When you think about it, everybody's had them in their life, but no.
That was like my first thing that I knew how to make as a child.
Number 4 on this list, I'm a little
Ramen
surprised.
noodles are great.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes. Now that's tough to make unless you do the
they're
instant.
Oh, man.
No, they're
Mashed
not.
potatoes are so easy.
You got to do it right, Vicky, if you're going to do them from
the
scratch.
trick to making mashed potatoes is start them in cold water.
See, that's the trick.
The trick is to buy an Instant Pot, throw them in there, and just let them go for 20 minutes, and then you have mashed potatoes.
And you also have to incorporate all the
Trick is to
ingredients.
go to KFC and get their delicious mac
Oh,
and
gosh.
That's
mashed
the trick.
potatoes.
Yes.
Steve's got the trick. He beat you all in your tricks.
Put them in another bowl and claim they're yours.
Hey, somebody just says, wait, Joe hasn't made the mac and cheese yet? It's
No.
been over a month. Jesus.
It's been like 3.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not going to make it. Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to do, Joe. I am going to request your mac and cheese for Thanksgiving this year because we're having Thanksgiving at the house. Sarah and my wife have at
Johnny
least
Rubbers
agreed
coming?
to that. Of course, Johnny Rubbers is going to be there. He cooks too. It's going to be Johnny Rubbers and Joey and my wife cooking, and Sarah is supposed to make me pie, and I'm going to do nothing but watch a show. It's going to be so awesome.
You're going to do the dishes though, right?
I do the dishes.
Okay.
I do that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't do anything. I just watch football.
So you got the charm life, man. I don't know how you get on that. I don't know how you get out of doing anything.
Every once in a while, if I'm a real go-getter, I get up and put my dish in the sink.
Oh, but you're going to somebody's house.
Yeah.
See, if it's my joint, I'm the one that's going to have to clean. I think whoever hosts, usually
Sure.
the husband or the wife, whoever doesn't cook, has to clean. Yeah, you get out of that if you go to somebody else's house. I'd love to do that. How about steak? See, I can't make a steak.
I've made a filet mignon at home once.
And?
It turned out great.
Dude, all right. You know what? You're a better
I did
cook.
it once, though. I just said I'm done. I mean, I definitely Googled it. at the time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I did it right. Otherwise, it would have just been a waste of meat.
Now, if you do this number 5, I skipped number 5, and I should put it in there because it's a staple of almost everybody's diet in our country now. But you've got to do it right, unless you get like the instant rice. I mean, of course, you can get the rice at Trader Joe's. They got those frozen bags. You throw it in the microwave at the right time, it comes out, and it does taste amazing. They've figured it out to make it easy to make rice because I've always messed up rice.
See, I love just we had a big old rice cooker growing up, and I would just eat rice like no other. So
Rice cooker is the way to go.
We had a big one. I'd fill it to the top. And so I'd have rice for days.
You just put it in there and it does what it does? You don't have to worry about it?
You're supposed to measure the water, but I eyeball it, and I always get the perfect rice.
I used to get fancy with my rice, and I would grab the package from the ramen noodles and then just pour that packet on the rice. I'd have flavored rice. That was a college treat.
I'm going to give you a clue, Vicky and Rev. Okay? I don't think... Steve, too, actually. I'm going to give you a clue. What number 8 is? Stranger Things.
Oh, waffles.
That's right, pancakes and waffles, baby.
I have waffles every Sunday morning.
Lucky.
All right, settle me this, because I have this argument with a lot of people.
Settle me this. What are you, the Riddler?
Yes.
You the settler?
I am.
I'm the settler, Batman. Settle me this.
Settle me this.
All right. Holy cow, it's a new criminal. Settle me this, Batman.
What is better, pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Waffles. I don't really like pancakes, and everyone thinks I'm crazy, but
pancakes
I love
are
waffles.
fine. Waffles are better because it holds everything in.
Yeah.
Doesn't get soggy.
But if you get a great, I argue that if you don't get a great pancake, which is why you don't like pancakes, but when you get them light and fluffy and airy, oh God, and they hold everything.
Waffles
it's better than a waffle if you get the right kind of
pancake always gets beat by a mediocre waffle.
Exactly.
Really? Yep. Yeah, you know what? I argue with that. And by the way, if you go to Vula's for a Chinese pancake, no waffle can beat that.
I bet a Chinese waffle would be better.
I think a Chinese waffle.
You don't get chicken and pancakes now, do you?
I do get some chicken and pancakes, though. Those are great. Can I have a chicken and pancake? Why? Because I'm the settler. That's why. And finally, omelets are on the list, Steve, so you'll be the king.
Nice.
And Vicky, you know what? I take it back. It looks like, you know what? We brought a little Mexico up here. Tacos are number 10 on the list.
Tamales?
No, tamales are hard to make.
I was just thinking about what I like the most.
Okay, because those are really hard to make.
If you would like some tamales.
What we were talking about.
Yeah.
He's just hungry.
You're just like Rain Man over there.
No, you guys said something Mexican. I was like, no, tamales are better.
Tamales!
Have you ever tried making tamales? They are hard.
Hell no, I heard it's very difficult.
I love lamb. I mean, really, honestly.
I got excited.
Yeah, jeez.
How about this person says, my ex doesn't know how to make scrambled eggs. He cracked an egg in a hot, ungreased pan and was confused why it stuck and he wouldn't be able to scramble it. SMH.
Yeah. Well, look, think about it, though. If you've never been told how to make them, you wouldn't know that you had to do a whole mixing bowl thing.
Somebody says pancakes suck, waffles rule.
Oh, you got to get...
Plus, do you have ice cream on a pancake cone? No.
Ooh, get a crispy Belgian waffle with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and fruit on top.
Forget about
it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
I just had one at like a B3 in Linwood.
Listen, guys, I love waffles, but I also love pancakes. Can't we all get along here?
No, pancakes are okay.
Pancakes are not okay if you get good ones.
No.
French toast or waffles?
Somebody just texted, said French toast kills pancakes and waffles.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what
French
I used to
toast
do?
is good.
This is back when I was smoking a lot of pot. And I did French toast, and then I cut a little hole in the middle of the French toast and cracked an egg in it.
Ooh.
It was fancy.
Oh, dude, that's the way the Brits do it.
Yeah.
Well, they do it with regular toast. I don't know if they do it with French toast.
I did it with French toast. It took forever, though. I never did it again.
We call it eggy in the middle.
Eggy in the middle.
Yeah, that's good too.
Still prefer waffles over French toast.
Gotcha.
What?
Wow. Waffle, French toast, then pancakes.
I'm with you guys. I like waffles.
Okay, first
of all of them, tamales. Better than anything.
Yeah. All right, fine. Yesterday, Tamale Tim over here, he got this one wrong.
In folklore, what mysterious ghost ship can never go home and was doomed to sail the oceans forever?
The Jolly Roger?
No.
The Goonies. But
No.
One-Eyed Willie.
No.
Oh, yes, the Flying Dutchman. Yes, Steve. The old boat of lore. If you want a shot at beating Steve, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.